Alright guys, I'm gonna need you to lean in real close, open your eyes, open your ears, and listen, okay? We are here to discuss Black literature. Hello unicorns, aliens, humans, and other sentient beings. I am Tiffany and this is Angelica, and we are back with another video. If you clicked on this video, you already know what this is about. We are celebrating everything Black across the whole storytelling plethora. I'm here to give you a list of books written by Black authors to add to your TBR. And I don't only want you to add them to your TBR, I want you to read them. I want you to promote them. I want you to let me know if you've read them and if you've enjoyed them. We're here to talk about some Black thrillers. Okay? So without further any ado, let's just jump into the first one. So this book that we want to discuss first, this book is Next of Kin by Kia Abdullah. Now this book, when I say I'm going to start this video strong, I'm starting off this video strong. This book I read, I believe, back in March. And it has stuck with me all that time. Now, I would highly suggest you check your trigger warnings for every book on this list and for all books that you're going to read. The plot of this book revolves around a 3-year-old boy who gets trapped in a car on a hot summer day in England and ultimately passes. He dies. Because of that incident, the person responsible for taking care of him on that day, who forgot about him in the car, ends up going to court to determine whether it was an accident or if it was done intentionally. So this whole book plays out in a courtroom, in the media, in the public eye, and we're here to determine whether this woman, because it was the auntie that left the baby in the car. We're here to determine if she did it on purpose or if it was by accident. And let me tell you, the information that they was given, the pacing of this book, I did not know whether she did it on purpose, whether it's an accident. And then when the final reveal comes at the end, what the reason was, what actually happened. Oh, it was so good. It was so good. The trial, and I love a good book with a good trial in it, especially when it's a trial done in the British, because I watch too many TV shows about American courtrooms, and Korean dramas as a Korean courtroom. I don't watch enough shows about the British courtroom, but I read a lot of books about British courtrooms. So I was involved, I was invested. Brilliant book, brilliant pacing, brilliant reveal at the end. I didn't see it coming, I didn't know what to expect. Next of Kin, Kia Abdullah. If you haven't already read it, go read it now. The next book I have on this list is When No One Is Watching by ALYSSA. Now, I love the premise of this book. It incorporated a real level of fear of gentrification and social injustice, and the pushing out of marginalized communities in areas that they have been living in for generations, that they have made it their own, and it just incorporates the pushing them out of to the suburb so the rich can come in and take up what they have built. Now, this book is very similar to the show They Clone Tyrone on Netflix. So if you watch They Clone Tyrone and enjoy that, you would definitely enjoy When No One Is Watching, even though I believe When No One Was Watching came out first. Now, and it is a thriller. This book is a thriller because you're thinking there's people are going missing from their home because they're trying to gentrify the area. You're thinking, what's happening to the inhabitants, to the homeowners that live there? Where are they going? Okay? That is there. It's also set up like a contemporary rom-com. So when you have the thrilling aspects, the investigation matter, then you have the romance on the side, and they all merge and fuse together. I liked it. I loved it. I was there for it. It kind of pisses me off though. I hate gentrification. Now, why? It's not needed. It's not needed. Next book I have on the list is The Hive. Now, The Hive. Oh, I don't know if I enjoyed this book. No, I enjoyed this book. I did enjoy this book. Did I like the book? Were there problems? Yes. Could it have been better? Yes. But I did enjoy the book. So that's why it's on this list. And that's why I want you guys to read it too. And let me know, did you enjoy it? You know, what were your problems in it? But anyway, let me tell you what this book is about before I get into why I didn't like it. Because I did like it. I'm contradicting myself here, but we move on. So The Hive. Everyone in this book is awful. Let me just put, everybody in this book is awful. These are characters that you are not meant to like. And I enjoyed that. Because I love hate reading. I love a good hate read. Because I don't like it when authors are trying to make you like a character and you just don't. And you're thinking, what is there a problem with me? Or is it a problem with you? Or is it a problem with your writing? What this book is, you're meant to hate these characters, and I did. They're all hella annoying and hella stupid, and I loved it. Okay, that's what I enjoyed about it. And there's something about a thriller book, because you know when you're reading a thriller, when you're reading a little bit of something that involves a bit of a murder, you don't care who dies. You just want to see their demise. You want to see the mess happen, and you want to see their lives just fall about and crumble, because you just really don't like these characters. And that is what I got from this book, and that's why I enjoyed it. And it might sound a bit psychopathic, but you know, who doesn't have a little bit of a psycho inside them? Let's be honest. So this book basically follows a woman who goes live on social media and says, I'm going to kill my boyfriend. You can vote whether he lives or dies. She's already killed the person that the boyfriend cheated on her with. You already see that dead body. And now we as an audience is meant to vote yes or no on whether she should kill her boyfriend. And that is how the book starts off. And as you read the book, you find out what led this woman up to this point. We find out how her friends cheat her, how her boyfriend cheats her, how her family cheats her. And it's a whole mess. It's a whole mess. None of the people are likable. I enjoyed reading the book, but the book does have its problems. So it's not something to rave about, but I do recommend it because it was a good time. And we're not here for a long time, we're just here for a good time, baby, alright? The next book I have, this is by one of my newest favourite authors. We have All the Sinners Bleed by S.A. Cosby. Now, S.A. Cosby, I don't know what he's putting in his book, if it's crack cocaine, if he's putting some Pringles in there, because you know them Pringles are addictive, if he's sprinkling that between the pages, so when you open and you sift the book, you get that essence. But I've been addicted to his writing, and I've read every book by S.A. Cosby, and my favourite by far is All the Sinners Bleed. Now, All the Sinners Bleed, what this book focuses on, it's about a school shooting in Virginia. And America, what is wrong with you? Why you always got school shootings? Why have you not learned from your past mistakes? But we're not here to talk about politics, we're here to talk about All the Sinners Bleed. So it's about a school shooting, and it's about a detective. He's the first black detective of this small rural town, and he's there to investigate why this boy decided to shoot up the school and kill these people. Now, normally I wouldn't pick up a book like this. I don't care about the subject matter, it's of no interest to me, I don't want to read about it, but because S.A. Cosby wrote it, and I was devouring all his book, I decided to read it, and I am glad that I did, because although the catalyst of the book is the school shooting, the book is about so much more than that. There is so much more depth to it than that. So as I said, you have the sheriff that's investigating the murder. He is the first black sheriff of this town. So obviously you have the racism that is involved in this, because we are in a rural town in America, and there is going to be some racism involved, but it's not only from the whites. It is from his people, his community, his church. They are giving, you can't really call it racism, but they are looking at him like he's betrayed them, like he's gone over to the enemy. And then the white people in the town, the racist people in the town, don't actually want him in that position of power. But he's a black man and he's here to stay, baby. This is his job, this is his town, and he can do what he needs to do to protect it, okay? So there is layers involved to the mystery, and I don't want to give it away because you got to read it to know. But once you realise what is actually going on in this town, once you realise why this boy decided to shoot up the school, then it's so good in the worst way, because you don't like why he did it, you don't like the reasons behind it, but the way it is developed in the book and the way that S.A. Cosby has written it, how the revelations are made, it's so good. This book gave me the same vibes I got reading the Karen Slaughter books, reading the Grand Country County, and then moving on to the Road Trip book. I devoured them too, and this book gave me that same energy. It was dark, it was gruesome, it was fantastic. S.A. Cosby, baby, All the Sinners Bleed. If you haven't already done so, go read it. So the next book I have on the list, it's a different vibe, it's a different type of thriller. This is a cozy thriller, a cozy little bit of a mystery. Now, I ain't gonna lie, I love me the cozy mysteries. I think cozy thrillers, cozy murder mysteries is what started me on my thriller journey. So that's always going to be a soft spot in my heart. So for this one, it is called It's Elementary by Elise Bryant, I believe her name is. Elise right? This is a new release. This came out this year. And this book, it was a nice breath of fresh air, because I was reading some heavy subject, and sometimes you just want to get stuck in with a little sleuthing about. Now, the pacing of this book was exceptional. Every chapter we're doing something new. So we have the mystery element going on. We have the budding romance going on. We have the evil PTA teachers. Wait, I ain't told you what this book about. No, let me go and tell you what this book about. So this book is about a PTA elementary school, like primary school, and it's about a single mother trying to balance being a single mother, trying to balance her work life, trying to balance being a part of the PTA meetings. And in this school, there's a new principal that has come in, and because the PTA was so involved with the other principal, they think they're going to get the same treatment from this new principal I hate the word principal, from the new head teacher that has come in to help run the school. But that's not the case. The new head teacher has planned. So what happens? Right back, this head teacher obviously goes missing. And our main character sees one of the members, the head of the PTA, disposing of something behind the school late at night. So obviously it's a little bit of murder. Like, did she kill this man? Did she kill him and dispose of his body? What is going on? Now, there are layers to this book, as I said, because you have the romance going on between the main character and one of teachers. We have a discussion about diverse books and their placement in schools, like how important it is for children to read diversely. And then you have the murder mystery. Now, let me tell you, I don't know if the murder mystery is done well. And I say that to say I didn't see it coming. And normally with cozy mysteries, I normally see it coming, you know? And even when I don't see it coming, the way I way off the mark, when it's done right and I'm satisfied, like, oh, okay, I see what you did there. I can see the trick and the turn and how I missed it. With this book, I don't know how I missed it. And it's kind of annoying me. It's annoying me that I didn't get the end of this book. So, yeah. But I still think you should read it. It was a good book. I enjoyed my time reading it. I think it was a me problem because I didn't see the conclusion. I didn't get the revelation. So at the end, where it did happen, it was a big reveal, you know. What happened at the end was, I enjoyed reading it, but I wasn't satisfied, if you get my drift. But read it. Read it sentimentally. It's worth your time. It's worth a try. So the next book I want to discuss that I have read is Innocent Intent by K.C. Mills. Now, this is a romance mystery. And this is the first K.C. Mills book that I've ever read. And this also came out this year. And I feel like K.C. Mills normally writes romance. I feel like that's what I read when I did look them up. But this is a romance mystery. And, it was great. I loved it. So in this book, we follow a woman called Cassidy, who's a criminal psychologist. She works with the police. She helps profile serial killers, murderers. She helps them find the criminal, you know. Think like Criminal Minds? Is that what I'm thinking of? I don't know. So one day she turns up at the crime scene to look at a dead body, to find out what's going on with this dead body. But then when she looked upon the body, what did she find out? What did she see? She see her husband dead in this apartment with some next man's ID. Like, is this really her husband? And she's surprised. Now, I say surprised with some bombastic side-eye. Because is she really surprised? Because in the prologue chapters, right at the beginning, there's a bit of a little tidbit there. I won't tell you what it is. I want you to read the book. But it's like, is she really surprised? Did she not know that this was her husband, that she was going to find a dead body? So then the story progresses. The police are trying to find out, who is this man? It is her husband, but who is he really? Because he has a fake ID card. Who killed him? Was it the wife? Was it somebody else? Okay, and because Cassidy is so close working with the police, they had to get a new investigator, a new detective out to investigate this case, and that's where the romance comes in. So the romance is Detective Nathaniel Davis, and let me tell you, I love the romance between this. I love how it heated up between them. It was more like, it wasn't even enemies to lovers. It wasn't even like that. It's like, I'm investigating you for murder. I know you murdered someone, but you fine as hell, girl. You fine, so you can get it. Loved it. I mean, it was a slow burn because obviously he thinks He thinks she's a murderer, so it was a slow burn, but it was hot, it was heated, it was intense. And then when they finally got down and dirty with it, oh yes, I'm here for it. And so this story was engaging. There was a who did it murder mystery going on, and I did not guess who did it. Let me tell you that I did not get that. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. I don't always need to be detective when reading the book. Sometimes you just need to sit back and enjoy it. But you had the who did it murder mystery, you had the romance between the detective and the suspect, and then you also had, who the hell is this man? Who is he? Because he ain't her husband. He ain't the man that she married. He's got a whole new identity. There were so many layers to this book. I actually thoroughly enjoyed it. And I feel like you would too. So go ahead and read it. So I do want to highlight a couple of books that I have not read yet. But they are on my TBR to be my next thrillers to be read. And I want to know if you've read it or you haven't heard about them. So the first one, I've only read the first chapter of the first book, is Her Name is Night by YASMIN ANGOE. And what this book is about, I only needed to know one thing. Female black assassins. Female black assassins doing assassination-y stuff. Love it, love it. I'm here for it. But no, let me get into it a bit more. I heard it's like a dual timeline. So we have the female assassin. I believe her name is Night. You see what I did there? Title of the book. Anyway, so her name is Night. So she is a Miami-based assassin, but she's originally from Ghana, and she was ripped from her home as a teenager into human trafficking. So now it's her mission to track down whoever did that to her and kill everybody involved by saving other people from their life. Okay, from the trafficking, from human trafficking. That's all I need to know about it. I'm here for it. I'm a reader. I'm definitely going to read it. And because it's on Kindle Unlimited, I believe it has the audiobook included. So you know I'm going to do a hybrid read of it. That's all about me, baby. Yes. The next book that I've been hearing a lot about is a Brandon Massey. Now, is it Massey or Macy? I don't know. But I've heard a lot of good things about this man's writing, and I haven't read one book by him. So I do want to read Bad Influence. I don't know if this is the latest book he read that he put out, but it's on my radar, so I want to read Bad Influence. This book is following a family, and their daughter ends up becoming close friends with another girl who is a terrible influence on her, who has got her shoplifting, has got her lying, has got her stealing, has got her doing all the things the parents say don't do. Like, you can't trust nobody these days. So, and her parents are saying, you know what, stay away from this girl, she's a bad influence from you, I don't need to be friends with her. So her parents are trying desperately to get their daughter away from this girl. Turns out this girl's family has connections that can influence the daddy's job. So now they can't. And once they start digging, finding more about this girl's family and the influence that they have on her life, it just spirals out from there. Now, that's all I read, because with thrillers, I don't really want to know too much information. So just reading that synopsis, just knowing that's what this is about, it's not something I would ideally pick up. But I've been hearing great things about this book. I've been hearing the twists, the turns in it is exceptional. And I really want to know whether they're gangsters or not. Because it sounds like that the girl's family, that the bad influence, that they're gangsters. And they're there, they're going to say, I'm going to kill your dad if you don't be my friend. I don't know. I just put that out there. I just made that up right now. But that's what it sounds like to me. So I'm intrigued to read it. The next book I have on my list, which I'm actually going to read this month, is Passiontide by MONIQUE. Now, this book is set in Trinidad and Tobago. It's set during carnival time, at the wrap-up of carnival time. And a woman has been found murdered. It's found dead on the street, murdered. And it's an investigation of who killed this woman. Because she isn't the first body that has been found, that has been killed. A string of murders has been happening. Plenty of women are being murdered and being killed. And it's about the investigation of what is happening, what's going on. Now, you had me at carnival. I love me some carnival. I love me some Caribbean culture, okay? And what actually stood out for me is that the fact that there's been so many female murderers in this book, that they have a special unit dedicated to finding out why women are being murdered. I mean, we don't know if it's just a crime of passion, or if there's actually a serial killer out there that's killing these women that are partaking in carnival times. You know, I'm just here for the vibes. I'm here for the vibe, because I feel like we're gonna get a lot of history of the island, a lot of history of carnival, while trying to investigate a murder. And I'm here for it. So Passiontide, put that on your list. And I also believe this is a new release. I believe this is a new release too. So the next book that I haven't read that I want to discuss is The Jigsaw Man. Now, The Jigsaw Man, we follow a black female detective. And I heard that, I was like, yes, because in another life, if you hadn't already known, in another life, I would have been a detective. You would have been calling me DCI Dunkley, and I'm going to be investigating your murder. Okay? Now, would I have been a good detective? I don't know. Probably. I mean, I'm not a people person, but I'm nosy. Okay? I like my facts, I like my figure. I'm nosy. So I'm a solve the case, but I may not be nice about it. Okay? But anyway, that's neither here nor there. The Jigsaw Man, black female detective. Now, what's this book's about? This book is about the Jigsaw Man. The Jigsaw Man, he was a murderer that this detective had put away prior. Okay, got attacked, locked him up. She solved the case. She's moving on with her life. No, there's a copycat now. There's a copycat on the streets of London that's littering bodies all across the Thames, all around Deptford. And it's very similar to the Jigsaw Man that she put in prison. So now she has to go back and talk to this Jigsaw Man to find out, like, who have you told? Do you have an accomplice? Who's murdering you? Yada, yada, yada. All of that nonsense. That's all I need to know. That's all I need to know. I don't need to know any more than that. Black female detective in London. I'm just going to embody my energy on it. And I can't wait to read this book so I can investigate the murder too and figure it out before the book tells me who the murderer is. I'm here for it. Okay. So those are a couple of thriller books that are on my radar. Some I've read, some I haven't read. All black authors. All books that should be added to your TBR and that you should read. Okay? So please let me know down in the comments below if you're going to add these to your TBR. If you've already read some of them, what are your thoughts? And if you have any more black thriller books that you would like to recommend to me, because I do love to add more books to my radar. I do like to read it. Okay, so thank you guys for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe. And just so you know, this Black History Month, I'm going to be posting a lot more recommendations for a lot more of the other genres. So if you want to subscribe to my channel and ring that bell so you'll be notified when my next recommendation video comes out. Okay.